This is Dominic Falkland, your local lazy gamer. How are you? Hello. So, we got an update to our streaming setup. I think everything is more or less ready. There shouldn't be any problems, there shouldn't be any faults. Do you like my new outfit? My new outfit looks cute. Plus, I decided to change up the usual look. So now you can see my knees. See? For the first time ever, you can see my kneecaps. You like them? Do you like my kneecaps? Now, I have been having some issues. I don't know why the boop and head pads don't work. I might have to generate some new keys. But we'll see what happens in the near to never future. Reconnect you. Right. Okay. I'm pretty sure we're more or less ready. Hello. Now, they did some interesting things that didn't come true very well. To give you an example, let's zoom back out. Hello. If we go back in here, they did this interesting little feature. Actually, let's change outfits for this display. Boom. Hi. Now, see the way my arms are? Now watch when I hit this. Boom. My arms now have connections at the elbows. So I can move them about like this. And it's cool now. But there's a weird little gimmick flaw. If we go over back to our old outfit. Boom. See this? And then we do this. We leave the sleeves behind. Which is a slight little visual flaw. But I can't complain too much because it does the job, you know? I like the outfit. It's cute. It's cute and cool, you know? Plus it's different from my usual blue and navy. Meow. Hello. Hello. How are y'all? Ah. How's life, Corey? Things good? New. New? Oh, you can see the top of my socks in this camera view. New. Hello again. So the new update is good. I like it. It's cute. There are new features which, if I can figure it out, you'll be able to change my clothes at will using Twitch. I'll have to look into it more, but apparently that's a gimmick. So yeah, in the future, it might be possible to let people change my clothes for me. Barely see the baby blue eyes under the hair. There were some interesting little features added into this update. I'll have to look into it more. A lot more. Oh. Anyway, we'll cross all those bridges in the future. For now, we're good. Yeah, apparently there's a feature in here, if I can find it, that allows me to set up chat commands for my save slots. And that will allow people to trigger my save slots using the chat instead of me doing it manually. So if a person wanted to say, see me in, I don't know, this outfit, they can change it from whatever I'm wearing to this outfit. If they want to see me wearing my Ojo-sama clothing, they can change me to it. I have to set it all up, but it is there. People leave. Who left? Are you leaving? Okay. I have to look into it why this isn't working anymore. I just imagine I have to reset up stuff. Oh, it's an emote. Oh right, 7TV. I heard about that. I never actually looked into it because I want to make emotes. Like I really want to make emotes. But I haven't been able to justify it because give me a second. I realized Translator Chan is having an aneurysm in the corner. Ooh, gonna have to refresh this. Bear with me. A lot of weird things have been happening ever since I got my VPN working again. It's not working as smoothly as I thought it should be. But it's doing the job-ish. Data's coming in poor. I might have to disable the feature. Give me a second. Okay, will that improve it? We hope it'll improve it in the near future. We can't really do a refresh without knocking off everything and turning it back on. So we're just going to have to hope everything works out. There is a frame loss, surprisingly enough. I know you know that I know that you know that I would be switching to the maid if I had that power. True. I know for a fact that you would in fact do that. I'll probably make that one the most expensive one on Twitch. Now, to set things in motion. What am I missing? Ah, right. Well, hello. Okay, why is that not on? Did I accidentally do the thing? Ah, here it is. There we go. Everything is now set up and ready to go. Look, we have a clock there in the corner now. You like it? Do you like the clock? That's there. It's doing its thing. Can you add one where I can throw you in the sky to space? I wish I could. I don't have that feature yet. Also, why am I almost naked in this position? There we go. We can afford to see more of me because there's not a whole lot of me that has to block out anything. What would be the expense? Watch time? I'm always here. Don't know. I don't know what the expenses are. There's options, different kinds of expenses. Channel points, maybe. And then again, you are always here, even on both sides of the channel. So you probably have a fuck ton of channel points, even though I never stream on Twitch. Which is actually hilarious now that I think about it. Oh. Mexi Dom outfit naked. Also, no Dust. I will not be putting the sensor bar up there as an option for swapping outfits. I will not be putting that up there as an option. Well, maybe I'll put the furry one up there. We do have that now. Anyway, back over here in this little wonderland. We have... What do we have? Fred... Oh yeah, we told Fred no and we killed ourselves. You didn't even get your hopes up. Just because I don't want you banned. Fair enough. At least you're self-aware. God. I'll muck around with that in the future, though. That'd be a bit of fun, though, wouldn't it? Just having the maid option and just poof, I'm a maid. I'm trying to remember something. I've completely forgotten what it is. Excuse me. Where you've got perceived temporary. Oh, it's a lot of exposition. Thankfully, it's not a huge amount. It's a lot of basic stuff. We look around, we complain. Probably find a new one. Who knows? But it's hard to live without me, you know? I'm just always there, whisper in the back of your mind. Work. On YouTube video. You know? It's always there in the back of your mind, just going. There's nothing you can do about it. If you're ever been rid of me, you'll slowly go insane as you realize I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm kind of tired and I hopped up on energy drinks. Okay. Today we're going to try and finish off this conversation and actually be done with this. We already got the let's see, there's a choice down here. Simply expel your soul and you'll be back into the sea of souls where you will be dead. This I can do now. Show choices, do it, forget it. And if you say do it, boom, we're dead. Say forget it, the conversation goes on. Maybe we'll make a tag to bring ourselves back up. Let's get to dev work. Oh, oh my arm hurts. Oh, right, here's our first set of choices. We are offered the wish as a as payment for toppling a fucking kingdom in order to damage the face of grace. And if the overall war across the world with countless other people, each doing their individual parts to weaken grace, are able to do enough that the gods can overturn her, they'll be able to collectively combine their powers to grant a wish. And they're offering that wish to us. But this question here, do they have a wish? Can they grant a wish? Will they grant a wish? This is all questionable because at the end of the day, these are individuals, these gods. And they might actually just be lying through their teeth to get us to do what we want. Or that wish could be real. And it's being offered to us because we're a unique set of circumstances where we're brought into the world instead by external forces. Like, I'm trying to figure out how much of this story is going to revolve around this wish. And should it be given to, like, a whole bunch of different protagonists? Because remember, there's going to be a bunch of... The idea is that there's going to be a bunch of stories across the world of each people tackling different heads of fate in order to cripple the belief in the goddess, which is a futile thing, because at the end of the day, just because you topple the source of their fate, or the hierarchy source of their fate, that is a lot of text on screen. It doesn't mean that it will actually do anything. Oh, I hate when that happens. External forces against your will causing you to get banned. Like, I think it happened to a streamer where someone in the chat in a video game that a guy was playing said the N-word, and because they did, the person who was streaming, who had no involvement with the chat in the game, who was streaming at the time when the N-word was said, got banned for it being in the game chat. It's like, that's a weird thing to kind of strike people for. It's like, it's an in-game world chat that you have no involvement with. The fact that it's there is nothing you can do. Someone could say anything, and then you're going to target that one person who was just happened to be streaming at the time. Some nutjob managed to get past the filtering system on a chat system. It's like, fuck, you know? But yeah, no, that sucks. Oh, Jesus, she got hit by a double whammy there. That is not good. Oh, it looks like my farm has run out of seeds. Sooner we get to that replanter, the better. And there. Then we grab you. Fill you all in. And then you to finish you off. Okay. I need a lot of potats. Yeah, we need to clean up this so we can get a bunch of potats. But before we do that, we need to get our hands on this little bugger right here. We might be able to do that now. Yeah, we can. There. Now when this house is built, he'll start doing seeds for us. And there we go. We're done. We have fully automated the farm, as far as I can tell. There's probably other stuff we can do in the meantime to make our farm look pretty as fuck. Like these blueberries, we're probably going to have to grow a bunch of them. Oh, and look at these little buildings down here. Bulb hives, cages, berry pots. Then we have all this stuff to unlock. We have a ton to work with. We even have a farm. The hell? Oh. We can create fertilizer. Okay, this is an entire new area of expertise we haven't done. We'll get to it though. Whatever you're up to. Okay. We have a massive farm slowly doing its thing. Very slowly. Click on this. Look, that actually gets you a trophy if you click on that. Just in case anyone's wondering. Just a little cog there on the top. Anyway, back to crafting. I'm never going to get this conversation done. We've been at this for like 3-4 streams now. 3. At least 3. Okay. So let's see. Oh, right, yeah. He offers us different choices. We can either take the wish as repayment if we want, or he can send us. We can get sent home. I might actually make this question known to a big thing later. Oh yeah, very easy to sidetrack. I treat these Game Maker streams more like a Let's Chat at this point. Oh. I can't wait for that auto-seeder guide to be done. Now let's see. Wonder if we can create an area to fence off the animals in this game. Don't forget, you can join. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Woke up at 1 AM, then get back to sleep. Your craving for Mecha Break is slowly eating away at your life. God, I know it's slowly eating away at mine. Right, so we have the choices. Yes, we agree. No, we don't agree. When I'm sure that's a different kettle of fish, we can work with that though. And then for guesses, I don't know what to put in for that. That might be... That's not even a choice. Oh, right. This is for a different kettle of fish where we say do it in order to kill ourselves and for guess it in order to go back. So we need to set up a tag. Okay, so we're going to cut you out. Okay. We'll put in another one. Okay, now this is important. Now there should be a tag system. Here we go. Label. Wish, reward, choice. Okay. Go text / n bracket 10. No. I guess. Yes, I asked. Okay, we'll keep that one very simple. And then we go to one more text choice. What's it called? Thread again. Understand. And then right here we go to jump to label. Cancel. Cancel. I need to remember the name. Here we go. Edit. I'm going to put choice first so I can have it organized in my head. Copy. Okay. Here we go. Come to label. Paste. Okay. Apply. Right. Now what happens here is once we say forget it, we have two lines of dialogue, and then immediately it goes to jump to label, and our label is right up here, which is right here where he says, I would offer you a wish to you as a reward for your services. What say you? And your choices are yes, no, and I'm sure. Send this. The reason why I split yes and I would offer you this wish to you as a reward. I made this separately. Actually, we can combine this. Yeah, we can combine this. Copy. Cancel. Please. Edit. Yeah. Now the idea is that because we put right here, right before we tell you what the wish is so that every time we get jumped back, we know exactly where we are in that line of dialogue. Because if we just jump back and we just have a line of choices, we might have forgotten what that was for any number of reasons. You could have gone to the toilet, you could have had a cup of coffee, you could have really horrible memory retention, doesn't matter. So jumping back here, right there in front of that question, then we get our choices. Important to me. Did you get to join? I don't see you at all. A second, I'm going to re-establish the connection just to be safe. Okay, that should be fine. Should be proper now. Okay. I've re-established the connection. There should be no issues with this. Don't know why you aren't able to connect. Now Rusty's not working. You're right. That is weird. Like, there's no reason for half of this shit to be going wrong. It just is. Oh, there you are. Whatever reason that was going haywire. Should be plopple now? What do you mean by that? Well, regardless, I hope you have fun there. Okay. Oh, really? I said that. Yeah, I just want to be keeping an eye on things, because if everything is constantly breaking, I need to fix it. Because there's too many things just not working for the sake of not working. Let's see now. Because I want to, human. That's why. Don't get hung up on it. Like, you're talking to someone who has cross-dressed cosplays before. This is the least of your concerns. Oof. Should see me in a dress. Actually, probably shouldn't. Woman, I don't know what your dysfunction is, but please take it out to, elsewhere. Besides, I'm manly as it is. Takes quite a big pair of balls to wear a dress. Like, how insensitive and childish you have to be hung up on whether or not a guy wears a dress, you know? Not that it necessarily means it actually suits them, but you know, that is its own kettle of fish. Why am I here? Yes, no, unsure. Send me home. Like right now in my wardrobe, I have a... Actually, what outfit is that? I usually wear fairly gender neutral stuff. I'm not too big into fashion. No, not to say I haven't worn female variants of the clothes I've worn. I used to have a very snug fitting pair of pants, if you get what I mean. Denim's jeans. I have a cosplay in that wardrobe that I'm trying to fit into. I have to work it off. Generally speaking, I only cosplay for myself though, so... Not like I'm running around out there like, with it. Not that I wouldn't. Trust me, I've been tempted. Actually, I do have a skirt. Cosplay, of course, but still. I do have one. That was oddly specific. Ah, there you are. Give me a second, I have to check something else. There we go. Okay. I don't know what his dysfunction is, but he's now hidden from my channel, which means he can actually shout and scream as much as he wants, but no one will be able to see his comments. So it's effectively a quote-unquote shadow ban. Jesus Christ, people are hung up on the weirdest of things. It's like, it's a cute little model with random fucking outfit. Like, what the fuck is your the dysfunction? And I did see the when he asked Dust you about whether or not I was a furry. It's like, I'm not going to be answering those questions. Like, I only cross-dress when it comes to cosplay. And I extremely rarely cosplay. So I have no issues with cross-dressing. Except that one time I wore a dress as a joke on my sister's birthday. That was about it. That would be my first ban, believe it or not. I've had some weird stuff, like that one person who came into the chat and said live streaming is just prostitution and then left. And then, yeah, it's like, You will never know my sexual orientation. I will joke about this and that, but you'll never know it. You'll never know my character's gender. Never know my character's orientation. You'll never know what my fetishes are. All that are just stuff I'll joke about, but I'll never actually share that stuff. At least not unless I'm really comfortable, you know? Everyone makes a slip up here and there. Anyway. And he's bizarrely hung up on me using a model. It's like, I'm not trying to hide the fact that I'm a human behind fluff. I'm not trying to hide my face behind fluff. I just don't want to show my face. And fluff exists here so that you have something to look at and talk to. That's it. Well, regardless, that's one problem out of my life now. But yes, that's my heart to heart. That's about as much as I'm going to tell you right now. Yeah. I'm me. I'm doing my thing. I'm not going to judge you unless you come in swinging for some god-awful reason. I don't mind having fun poked at me, but Jesus fucking Christ, that was a bit excessive, you know? Alrighty then. Okay, that threw me through a loop. Where are we? Right, we have to justify these three answers. We'll do I'm sure. I'll look at that DM in a bit. Where am I? And I'm sure, Fred. That's fine. This is a big choice in itself. One second. It's actually an interesting line of questioning. Okay, there we go. Thanks for the concern there, Corey. Oh, right. You don't know. It should be in my description. There's a link to my Twitch channel. Basically, all these integration features, they're almost always Twitch exclusive with the rare few exceptions. So if you can find my Twitch channel, you can go into the chat because that's always available, and you'll be able to input what you need to input in there. Okay. I was supposed to put in some dialogue here, but I forget what I was supposed to say. Let's see, double check. I'll delete that line because the answer was that the response is here. We don't actually have to say anything in that instance. At least I don't think we do. I'll have to double check on how I did it with the other channels. Give me a second. Where else did we have multiple choices? During the introduction. Okay, yeah, the branch choices was our answer in these instances. Okay. Oh yeah, it's been a very, like, I did at one point try to stream on Twitch, like at the very beginning. But I don't think I ever actually went through with the live stream. That's the other problem. Unknown. What happens? What's the unknown that happens? You got hit with triple question mark. Where did that come up? Was it in Twitch? Did you accidentally put in a broken Twitch command? Can only use Twitch once. Fully streamed Cry of Fear. Good game. Yeah, Cry of Fear. Cry of Fear. Let me double check that just in case, just so I have the right one. Cry of Fear. Oh, I remember this game. I played it to a point and then I stopped. At least I think this is the game I'm thinking of. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the game I played in the past and I never actually got to finish it. I got stuck and then I got lost and then I didn't know where to go because the game didn't give you a hint. And then I was just like, oh. Okay. And I put the game down. Oh, it was a higher level boss, the question mark. Fair enough. Anyway, need to at least finish this conversation. He somehow managed, yeah. Sometimes fighting the monsters are kind of a nuisance, because I don't feel like there's ever a scenario where you can run away from them. It always feels like they're too fast for your movement and your stamina, so you always have to engage them. That's what it feels like. And it can be really painful trying to get the timing right on their attacks. I eventually did do it, of course. It's just, I obviously ran out of directions to go. Maybe next time I've ever sit down and play it again, because it's not a game I'm going to give up on. At some point in the future, I will actually beat it. Dust, last live stream, unknown. Stream title, unknown. Stream category, unknown. Right. I want... At this point, Fred is starting to come up as this somewhat taking it as he goes, reassuring us as we make our choices or find ourselves uncertain. Because he doesn't mind just giving up on us, but at the same time he doesn't seem to be forcing anything on us either. It's not bad. It's just weird. It's as if he's moving forward without really thinking about the long-term consequences. Almost kind of like he's given up and he's just accepted that things are what they are. And that maybe things will change in the future, who knows? Okay, show choices. Well, there's no harm in experimentation. Like, streaming is fun, and it's fine to treat it as a hobby at first and just learn the ropes. You know, it took me 2 years just to get to the point where my audio wasn't shitting itself. So just have fun, you know? Yeah, like he said. Heck, if you want to be cheeky, just mute the audio for the mic, and then just get the subtitle thing I have and put it in the top. And then as you're talking, just random shit shows up. Maybe get text-to-speak features. Would that work? Would text-to-speech work? Oh, maybe speech-to-text speech? That's kind of an interesting concept. Sure, I think someone has already done that, shouldn't they? I think Zentrea has something weird like that going on. I was like, yeah, you don't have to worry about not having a mic. Just have fun, you know? There's going to be people that will, they like what they like, and there's going to be people that'll give you a shot, you know? Just have fun. Oh, why does my bones feel stiff and my muscles are tense? Oh, long story. Oh, we're running out of seeds again. We got that seed guy and he's not doing his job. That's kind of pissing me off. Where is he? Is that him? Ah. Get a massage. I definitely need a massage. Yeah, so you're worried about the time of day and the volumes and tin walls and all that. Yeah, no, that's perfectly understandable. Where am I in this conversation? Ah, we're here. Take your time, this is a big choice. Okay, then edit so we can get a copy of you. Cancel. Then insert. Where is it? Come to label. Paste. Apply. Okay. There's plenty of time ahead of you. Okay. God, I still remember when Zaya was in her, in the use of her gaming. I think the first time I've ever saw Zentreya was when she was a bit a different crowd and she was part of the anti-horny police. And I remember the earliest streams I've seen of the girls that became V Shoujo was when Iron Mouse and Zentreya and I think... who else was it? Silver Wolf? I think there was one other person. They played 7 Days to Die many, many years ago. Okay, we don't need to add more to that because that just ends the conversation there, which is fine. No, maybe we'll do. No, we'll cancel that. We don't need any more there. Because all these dialogues are eventually going to chain into the next line of dialogue, which is just going to be a simple thing. Give me a sec. Make sure everything is in order. Which is going to be the next line of dialogue, which is going to be about what we're going to do after we make this choice. Which is basically we're going to follow up on the fact that he has someone that wants help developing a village. And that village is going to be our central base. And since we have nowhere to go, regardless of what choice we make or do not make, we can always help out with the village anyway and make up our mind at a later date. Heck, we could develop this village and just be our own independent little thing. Doesn't matter. I might have to make a key item for each individual choice. Maybe a key item for accepting the wish, a key item for rejecting the wish, and a key item for the unchosen. And then we'll have different dialogue based on which item is in your inventory. We go from there. It's been a long time since I did that. Have specific items, key items given based on conversation and that mattering. Actually, we do have one set up in the introduction. Right, give me a second. Where is it? Don't know if I actually included it yet. Let's see now. Yeah, look. Blessing of the Sacred Beast. We got 2 of them, and they're tied directly to the player's graphic, which is their appearance. And we basically have this, are you a boy or a girl choice. And one gives you one blessing the Sacred Beast, and the other one gives you another blessing the Sacred Beast. But those are 2 separate items. And the idea was that at some point, somewhere down the line, when we have dialogue choices where people talk about us or to us and they use words like he, she, so on and so forth, depending on which item was in your inventory, the dialogue would change the gender based on that. But I completely forgot how to set it up. Easily doable. I just forgot how to set it up. For now, everyone's operating under the they setting. They'll talk to us using the impersonal pronouns like they, them. Don't worry, it's not a gender thing. It's just so we don't ever have to, so our gender will always be relevant in the choice. Oh. Wrong thing. Close that because we don't need you open anymore. You're just eating into our data. I think this is like our second longest conversation so far. Probably going to be close to our longest, if not the longest by the time we're done. God, is there a lot? It depends on how I set it up. I think there's a way of setting it up so that if a certain keyword is put into it, the keyword into the dialog box, the keyword will be changed. But I think that requires a fuck ton of setup, and I'm not sure if I need scripts for it. The other way is to just have the entire dialogue put in there twice, and just have a check to be available for which item is in your inventory, and depending on which item is in your inventory, the check will choose one of the dialogue trees to go down. So yeah, all I have to do is just, if I wanted to, I can just take all of this, copy it, delete it, then insert a check for the particular items where if item is in event, then put everything in there, and then the other one is or, and then I'll just put everything in there and change the pronouns, and that would be it. That would all I'd have to do, and everything would be sorted. It's just I never got around to it. I can always go back and do it at any given point. I just have to be really, you know, all in on that if I wanted to be. Who knows? I could even have people treat you differently based on your gender as well. Like, I could make it so that you're talking to someone who really hates men or really hates women, and if you have that item of that particular dialogue, that person will either treat you poorly when they talk to you, or they'll just completely ignore you altogether. It's possible to do all that. I can make gender-based discrimination in this game at any point, and I have everything set up to be able to do it. Yeah, it's... a lot of this kind of comes off as really complicated, but sometimes the easiest solution is the dumbest solution. And literally just copy and pasting everything into two different checkboxes based entirely on what items in your inventory is absolutely hilarious. I should probably differentiate between the two as well, put an M and an F at the end of it so I know. Maybe do an alpha and beta thing. Now, alpha and beta, people will associate that with strong and weak. It would have to be two different things. Maybe gamma and... not sigma, and people have been looking at sigma weirdly. Gamma and something. Alpha, beta, gamma, zeta. Zeta. Gamma and zeta. That would probably be good choices. God. Epsilon is... okay, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I just want it's going to sound weird. Like, that's a perfectly good answer you just gave me, Dust. But I want them to have the same amount of syllables. And I want them both to end with a. Ga, ma, ze, ta. You know? Yeah, people do meme the living fuck out of him, don't they? I wonder if I could put in epsilon as a kind of a little middle finger choice somewhere along the line. I probably could. There's no harm in this. Maybe I'll make it so that... I could probably make a character customization feature. Actually, I probably could. Oh yeah, no, they're perfectly fine. Gamma and epsilon are perfectly perfect, you know? I'm just weird like that. That's why I like alpha and beta. Because, again, alpha, beta... They kind of flow in my head, and because of that logic, I like to mirror them. So gamma, zeta, epsilon just seems weird. It's like looking at the German alphabet and you see the letter Y, and then you learn that it's called upsilon. Who calls their letter upsilon? It's so cool. I love it. It's my favorite letter in the German alphabet. Upsilon. It's like an entire sentence just to say one word. Upsilon. I watched a lot of clips of it, and I read a fair bit into the manga. I absolutely loved it. I fell off it, but when the anime came out, I started watching all these combat clips because I already had a general idea of the entire show in my head. And it's absolutely fantastic. I love that the entire series just him bullshitting his way through it. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, I'm pretty sure we've just finished. Right, okay. I might have to start putting tags here so I know where certain dialogue choices are. Because look, it's all kind of lost here. Like, if we go down here, we have a choice here, a first choice, which is... do you want the wish as a reward? You have 4 choices. Then somewhere down here... Yeah, here, there's another choice where you can make your mind up later or now. Then you have another choice... down here, where you can choose to die or forget it. Okay, so we still have 2 more choices to fill in. In this case, it's more like lie to them till you get them off your back. I think it's less about lying about getting off your back. I think he just bullshitted his way through life and somehow accidentally got everything right. It's absolutely hilarious. Oh, they're doing a movie next. What, do they think they can summarize an entire season into a movie? Well, I suppose it depends, because oh, what's it called? Demon Slayer comprised an entire arc into one movie that they released after they finished the seasons. Like, there's an entire arc that was completely skipped, but they did it because they turned it into a movie. I wonder if they're going to do the same here. Are they going to skip an arc by turning it into a movie and then maybe pick it up later? Reminds you of Ainz. Ainz was an interesting one. Ainz was kind of a weird situation. Because, like, if you think about it, he kind of went off the deep end for someone who's trying to not go off the deep end. Like Irons, I think was being, yeah, if I remember correctly, Irons in the beginning, he didn't want half the stuff to happen, but because of Demiurge's fucking glowing appreciation for Irons and making up all the plans, thinking that it was Irons' plan in the Irons' idea, because you know Irons is just that great, and Irons is like, oh shit, okay, you just do you. It's like, and then everything evolved from there. He just suddenly locked into the role he got stuck. He ended up letting Demiurge stick him into. I think it was absolutely brilliant. Okay, we have two choices to fill out. Do you want the wish? We say no. Fred says really. What is it you desired? And we can put up another choice. Show choices. We can say I changed my mind. Nope, nope. We have to edit that. No, we'll put changed minds there. Ones, two. Yeah, that's a good choice for saying no. I want to go my own way. Because, yeah, what else? Like, why should you be kind of at the whim of the gods? So I have to make this a choice. We're going to get dragged up into it anyway. There's no choice in the matter. I don't want your war. That one's going to be a nice choice, I hope. We'll leave it at just 2. Maybe I don't need a choice. I'm not sure how many no's we can put here. We could reiterate the choice here. I don't know. Okay. Copy. Okay. Where is it? Show choices. Don't want your war. And then we'll do here, insert, jump to label, Ctrl V. Okay, and that will jump us all the way down here. Right here. Which then gives us a choice. Now we'll move this label up a bit. Gus? insert, no, label of V. Okay, that should do. Look at you walking around on stream.
I am atomic.
Okay, so once we get here, I don't know, we get a choice. Our choice is jumped to I don't know, which lets us play through this choice, which then we choose later, that bumps us all the way back up here. So yeah, that creates a loop that we can work with. That's fine. This is perfect. And we have a break in the loop here with the choice I'll make up my mind later, which breaks us out of the loop. It's perfect. God, so many fucking loops and branches and cycles. Where am I? Okay, here we go. Actually, this. Okay, that should do. That should keep us... at least have us... God, there's so many fucking choices. What's going on here? I know when you're actually playing it, these aren't a lot of choices, but when I'm going through all this list, and this is just like a small cutscene and like 4 choices, it starts to rack up, you know? Especially since I have to allow you to backpedal out of an accidental click. Heaven knows I fat-fingered a lot of choices before. Let's see now. Link all the way back up here. Right. Okay, that should be good, because at the very least, we made our choice in every line of dialogue. He's not going to force anything on us, but we can create... You just make a simple one. I like the idea of being able to give, make different choices, even if there's no result that's physically different. I just like the idea that I can do that, you know? It feels like a bit of world building and so on and so forth. Someone say something. Especially since it gives the illusion that, you know, if I can respond to something if I wanted to. Like, remember that dialogue with the old lady? We can be forthcoming, we can be explorative, we can be closed off. Technically, if you had the option to be a complete asshole, I'd probably add it in there too if I wanted to. And we don't really get anything other than different type of lore interactions and maybe a shortened dialogue tree. And I am perfectly fine with that, you know? It doesn't have to be grand and all purposeful. just has to allow you to express yourself just a little bit in a scenario where you yourself are a self-insert. Oh God, I know that song. It's singing in my head now. I let the world burn, I let the world burn for you. This is how it always end. If I can't have you, then no one can. That's a very dangerous song now that I think about it. I never read that last line before. Give one last line of choice here. Simple yes and no. Okay. Is that overdone? Yeah, no, that's right. That's correct. Show text. I think it's 2 P's. Let's double check the spelling. Oh yeah, we got it right. Okay. You're managing the farm very well between the two of you. Congrats. You're doing great. Better than I thought. Give me a second. I have to check a few things. Wow. It's been so long since I've been on Twitter that I got a pop-up saying your likes have been private. Like, since when? That was a long-ass time ago. Someday I'm going to actually start using Twitter again. I never do. Someday I will. You know what? I think we're almost done with this branch of dialogue. Focus. Just... That probably explains why I saw that liked. What was it? You liked that post I retweeted, the one about the keep doing it. The one VTuber and his two regulars, which is actually exactly what's going on right now. I know there's other people that pops in, but this is absolutely hilarious to me. Now, let's see. Got so many fucking choices, so many moving up. Where am I? Yes, I failed to uphold this promise. Okay, we've filled in at least every choice bracket. We can flesh it out later if we really want to. I'm lazy. I probably intend to, but I won't. I'm that lazy. Whatever choice we make, I should probably create an item for each independent choice. The accepted, the rejected, and the unchosen. The uncertain. Have them as a key item. Use them as the concept that it's a vow or a promise between a god and a mortal. Right. So in here, we should have another line of text. Now I'll return you to the... now I'll return you. Okay. That should be a... It's very rushed, this ending here, after all that dialogue. Yeah, there is a lot of that, isn't there? There's a lot of services and features that you can't access to because of nationwide blocks, bans, and so on and so forth. Like, it's actually... You're actually banned from making a PSN account in, like, 100 states. Well, not states, a lot of countries. And there's a lot of countries where you just can't, you don't have access to it. I think Sony used that as an excuse to ban like 119 countries from being able to make a PSN account. And that was part of the Helldiver 2 fiasco. And then, of course, there was the whole forced linking thing, but also after banning 119 countries. And then they didn't unban the 119 countries, so it is what it is. Okay, we're almost done. After this concluded, we still have to flesh it out a bit. We have to do things like have our character move around, the characters move around and talk, so it doesn't feel too banjaxed, if you will. Maybe I'll just keep them in place because there's a lot of this whole moving characters about. But once the choice is made, dialogue is made, people talk, people move forward, so on and so forth, we'll then... We'll transfer over to here, and this is going to be the outskirts of a village, and in there we'll be guided towards the man. We need extra dialogue in here to explain how we find him, so we will do that. I'll probably put it in between here and there. Probably here, in between these two lines. Anyway, that should be it for now. I'm going to do a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. And I am back. Holy shit. Let's finish off this. No, wait. No, I'll change my mindset. Okay, that should be it. That's everything we need. Why do I have a Calliope? Why wouldn't I have a Calliope figurine? Like, that's not even a question. Look, why not? I mean, the only reason I don't have a figurine for all of Myth right now is because I don't have a lot of money. I'd definitely buy a figurine for each of the Myth characters. Hollow Myth's like the generation that really locked me into Hololive. Like, I was already watching Hololive for a long time, but Myth was, and I think it was around Coroni and Pecora that managed to get me really into the whole group. But it was Hollow Myth that kind of locked me in and kept me in. So yeah. So I would 100% have one of every single one of their major figures. But I don't. Not yet. I only have Callie's. I have, like, I bought Iris's, redesign merch, which is just a keychain, but there's so many bits to it, it's easy to break, so I haven't unpacked it. I also bought Nor Vesper's birthday merch, which included this this beautiful little stand here with a picture of him kind of cooking, and a teapot and a cup that I still use to this day for, you know, tea. They're probably still on the channel somewhere. Back when I used to upload all that information. But yeah. I do collect Hololive merch here and there. Give me a second. I think we're good on that for now. Give me a second. I think I have the farming over here. There we go. You can still play away if you want. But yeah, again, I think merch wise, I also have Subaru's shoulder bag. I'm a slut for shoulder bags. And what else do I have? I've Sora's 1 million pouch that I use to hold my sunglasses. I'm after losing my sunglasses, so I'm gonna have to fix that. I do have Kobo's bowl. I do. I actually still use it here and now. In fact, her face is almost completely faded. It's fading off fairly well. I've used it a lot. Like, I use Kobo's bowl almost all the time. I have a Takadachi hug pillow. Takadachi... Like, I have a Takadachi plushie the size of my torso. I got Takadachi slippers that I haven't worn in a while. I don't know where they're hidden. And I have a Takadachi keyring. Bought them all at the same time. That's all I can think of off the top of my head right now. Oh, I have a Gura wallet as well. I used that for a bit, but it's not. It doesn't have longevity, sadly. It's definitely a collector's item. You're not really supposed to use it long term. I ended up swapping back off to a proper wallet after a bit. But yeah, I like collecting merch for the few talents that I actually like. Same reason why I collect plastic models. Like, I have a bunch of Gundams. I got Metal Gear Rex. I got the Anubis figure from Zone of the Enders. Like, I collect all that stuff when I feel like it. Like, do you have any such merch? Okay. Well, you never know. Like, merch is kind of a personal thing. You never know if someone will actually have something in. It doesn't have to be expensive. Maybe you pick something up cheap at some point, you know? And it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know... Yeah. Just curious, because you never know. You might have something. And it's not limited to VTubers. Like, you have singer merch or gaming merch from a particular game series or developer that you like. Like, you never know. You wouldn't buy anything. Fair enough. Oh, right. I also have Ollie's necklace. That one's starting to rust a bit. Of course you would. Of course you'd want the Dom body pillow. The made one specifically, I assume. Okay, I think... What the hell? The hell? Really? Evil. Evil. Sorry, I was watching a clip of a little girl painting her entire face jet black. Then while her mother was watching a movie in the pitch dark, she kind of creeped around the corner and then smiled while staring at her mother until she turned and looked at her and scared the ever living shit out of the mother. But I also feel sorry for the child because it's going to be a long ass time before that paint comes off. Especially if it's water resistant paint. Oh by howdy. Let's see how the farm is going. No, it's not going bad. Kara no Kiko? I don't know. I don't remember the names of things. So I might have read it, I might not have read it, you know? I'll look it up now in a sec. I think I used the wrong thing. Is that cabbage I accidentally picked up? Apparently. Eve songs. There's a lot of Eves, so I'm going to assume it's something particular. So no, I don't think I have. So let's convert all our currency. We got 30k. We can buy one patch clearing upgrade. We'll remove all of that, then we'll remove all of that, then we'll move as many houses up here as we need to. Might turn the entire upper area into a farmland, maybe a village. A village might sound nice. Then we remove all this stuff. We might turn the bottom section here into a farmlands. We'll have to grow farmland, barnland. We have to grow berries as well. No, I can't say I have heard of them. Okay, it's good. That's good. So long as it is that, you know. Okay, I'm going to save all those changes in RPG Maker. Could you imagine if I didn't save that? Holy shit. Ah. Oh, really? Interesting. Oh, for the life of me, I can't remember the fucking openings, but fair enough. Like, after I hear the openings a few times, I just then skip them the whole time. Oh, that reminds me, the Magical Girl and the Evil Lieutenant anime got updated today. And so did that one anime about that one guy who went to the other world in order to try and off himself. That's also got an update today. I really like that one for some reason. It's a nice change of pace. Now let's see. What do I have to do? Tomorrow is Thursday, I believe. Yep. I haven't watched that one yet. Fair enough. I recommend it if you want a change of pace, a isekai story. Heck, I kind of recommend it if you didn't like isekai story. And you'd find out why, I think, in the fourth episode. Yeah, I think it's the fourth or fifth episode. You'd see why I recommended the people that didn't like isekai anime. I finished Naruto a long time ago, Shippuden. I didn't like that 50 episode filler arc that did a lot to kind of undermine the progress of the story up until that point. But then there was Boruto, which I think I watched like 6 episodes and then I never watched again. Not because I didn't like it, but because it didn't hold my interest. I guess the main story was over and I was already done with it after that 50 episode filler. So I didn't really feel the need to go back into Boruto. Yeah, I barely pay attention. Like, there's only 3 animes I watch anymore right now. There's they're no longer allowed in a other world, I think it's called, which is the one where the guy goes into another world to off himself. There's the magical girl romance story, and there's the Grandizer anime that's currently out. The Grandizer one is like, the storytelling is cliche 90s, 80s even storytelling, but with modern graphics and action. I'm like, yeah, this is perfect, you know? This is absolutely perfect. Because it has all the over dramatized elements you might expect from, you know, an 80s, maybe 90s anime, including pounding the walls, pounding the walls while curled over, talking about how much he hates himself because he did that bad thing that one time, and asking forgiveness from the girl who totally isn't going to kill him. It's like it's so much. It's so corny and cliche. It's so good. There's a lot of filler, and Boruto did it worse. I think I've noticed that a lot of complaints with Boruto that I've actually seen and paid attention to, a lot of the valid complaints I like to add, is the pacing for the fights and justifications for some encounters, and the weird kind of mishap with the power scaling beyond what we already knew. Like, there's a few other reasons as well, but I don't know. I think Boruto kind of went in a really weird direction that a lot of people who came in from Shippuden didn't really like. And I don't blame them. It's like personal preference and a decade, maybe 2 decades of setup. You kind of expect it to go away. You'd expect it to go, you know? Right. But I don't know. I've been slowly getting back into mecha anime again. I'm gonna have to see if I can dig up anything interesting. Oh, yeah, right, that's true. It's 10 o'clock now, isn't it? No, that's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock right now. What do I do? Most shops are closed, so I can't just pop down to pick something up. I suppose I could defrost something for tomorrow's dinner. That's something I should do. Yeah, I need to pick up Musashi as well. Actually, I need to start playing it again. You know what? I'll pop off for a bit and either... Well, I'm ending this stream, I'm going to do another stream because, you know, I usually do, if I only do a couple of hours of RPG Maker in order to keep my sanity. Plus it lets me focus on one thing and not have to plan for another thing until the time comes. Because the next thing we have to do in RPG Maker is build a small village. Because this is our HUD area. And once our HUD area is developed, and we've done a few other minor stuff, we'd have everything in place, and that's where we can finally start building the game. Basically, the demo will be done at that point. Like, we can then work on other things as well, like fixing certain combat styles, maybe add some new abilities and such to make things interesting. New interactions in combat. Just so we can change things up. Maybe even take some time away from RPG Maker to go into a concept development where we can talk about how how a character's skill tree should be broken down and developed. Like the main character, because the main character is going to have a very open-ended system to allow you to personalize them. That's the hope. That's the hope. But to do that, we kind of have to we're going to have to really make him gear dependent. It's going to be really unfortunate. We'll have to come up with a lot of concepts, but we will get it done. What I will do though is we're going to take like a break, and at 9 I'm going to pop back on and do a bit of Megaton. Yeah, we're going to have to do a lot of drawing board stuff going forward. And we're probably going to develop the village first, because we're not completely done the introduction. And once we have the village and everything else developed, we then have to make the HUD area, or not the village, once we have the introduction quest lines done and we're in the HUD area proper and we can open up the world as we see fit, we can go from there. We'll finally be able to do some real development, you know. Well, it took a while, but we're almost done the introduction. Almost done. But when I say done, we're almost at the point where the introduction is playable. I don't see Ace. ACE. I'm going to check Steam for that. Got Mace. No Ace. Oh. Never watched Gundam. Trust me, there is a lot of Gundam, and with that there is a lot of genres incorporated into a lot of different Gundams. Another Century episode. Oh, let's have a look at that. I have to go back and finish Gundam Fairy. Why am I getting Super Robot War wikis? Anyway, let's see what you have to. Another space opera, wherever the fuck that came from. Brutal Phoenix 2, Nois, no. From 2005 on the PlayStation 2. Wow. Oh, it was developed with FromSoft. Interesting. Why do I feel like I've heard of this before? Third-person shooter, mecha pilot. Represented series included Zeta Gundam, Brain-Powered, Blue Comet, Aura Battler. Its gameplay is compared to Zone of the Enders. That's high praises. I might go hunt that down. A very old game. Yeah. Yeah, apparently the combat is compared to Zone of the Enders. That's all it says, but... And apparently they wanted to make a game with crossover capabilities like Zone of the Enders, which I don't know where the crossover idea came from. I don't know, and after clicking off it already. All I know is it was probably Konami, because Konami owns... Well, then again, it could be Bandai, because if it's Bandai... it depends. I suppose it depends. Either way, the game exists. It was on the PlayStation 2. It's going to be something we'll have to hunt down at some point. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look into that one. Nope, not you. Text documents. No, that was my planetary lists. Here we go. And we'll add you into the list of games I haven't... Oh, we actually bet you. We can take you off the list. We bet Persona 3. Unfortunately, we bet the Zone of the Enders series, so we can take that off. We bet the Half-Life series, so we can take that off. We haven't beaten the Evil Within series yet. We're getting there. Okay. Save that list. I haven't decided. I need time to clean up my list of games that we've on my backlog, because we've a few unfinished games that we have to beat. Plus, I actually have to buy the Dark Souls games. I also want to give myself a brief break from it before I sink my teeth into it. Because Dark Souls 2 is going to be a slightly different beast. Half-Life Alyx, unfortunately, is going to be on pause for a very long time. We don't have a PC strong enough to be able to handle that, unfortunately. I did try and play a different VR game with my PC, but my headset, well, my PC or my headset, or maybe the combination of the two, couldn't handle it. So it's going to be a long time before this PC is in a position where I can actually... Or I'm in a position where I have a PC that'll actually play it. It's a pity. See, I made it to a certain point in Half-Life Alyx towards the end. And when you try to... when I tried to get past that certain point, there's a massive visual glitch. And then the entire game crashes while going haywire on my headset. And it's consistent. It does it every time. So there's something about a very particular location that my headset and PC can't handle. Yeah. We'll have to do it another time. It's a pity. But that's the name of the game, I guess, at the end of it all. Oh, we cleaned it up. Right, so as I said, I'm going to pop off and I'm going to come back at 9 and I'm going to play a bit of Megaton because we need to start playing that again and we need to finish it. I'm going to add Megaton and Metabots back into my my streaming lineup for the next while until we finally knock them off the list. And once we can finally knock them, I'm going to try a boop. I think it's still broken. Oh, what happened? I'm going to quit out of view. Perfect. Then we're going to knock you off. Okay. Oh no. That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. When you're distracted by the fluff, the creeper took your muff. You know muffin. Muff. That should do us upon, right? Anyway. So for the time being, I'm going to slide on out. And I'm going to let you be. And in 40 minutes, we'll be back with a bit of Megaton. Because we need to continue that game. And I need to relearn how to play it. Because that game is also very cliche anyway. And I absolutely love it. And I want to keep playing it. So. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for lurking. Sorry if that one weird thing that happened earlier, you know, put anyone off. Good luck. Have fun. I wish you all the best. I am passing off. For now, goodbye. Bye.
Like and subscribe.